that we can work together. Bless our nation. We pray for peace in our time and ask that your will be done in this meeting and beyond. For it is in your holy name we humbly pray. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have anybody that signed up to speak tonight? No. Yeah. What about our new fire chief? Is he here tonight? Okay, I'll get him when he comes. Next thing before we start tonight, I would like to call a young man up to the front, and I want to recognize him for his bravery. He's a Plainview lifeguard. His name is Owen Lanham. Last week, we had a big event happen over to the pool. And Debbie, you might want to come up and tell him what happened. And this young man is braver than most people, than I would have been, I can tell you that. And tonight, I would like to give him a recognition.
Last Wednesday night, about 3:30, no, probably about 4 o'clock, 3:45, he was just clocking out. We had a little boy come up to the window. Is Miss Debbie here? Someone stole my scooter, and I don't know what to do. I'm going to be in all this trouble with my mom. And so I said, he goes, my friends are following him, and I'm following it on my watch. Can you help me? And I said, yes, I can help you. His name was Cooper. And I said, yes, I can help you, Cooper. And so I walk out, and the guards call the police. I said, call the police, let the police know what's going on. So I go get in the car. Cooper is following me, and I look at Owen, and I said, go with me, just so I have another person with me. I said, go with me. And he's like, okay. So he jumps in the front seat. Well, Cooper's on his watch, and he's like, they're going straight down Florian, and they just crossed over a bridge. I said, a bridge? Where are they? And he goes, it's straight down, Miss Debbie. I said, okay. So we go straight down, and we get past, and he goes, they got my scooter. I said, we're going to get your scooter. I promise. We'll help you. And so we go around, and we go down past Douglas Hills Pool. We pull into these apartments, and this boy pretty much almost T-bones us on the scooter. And I rolled the window down, and I said, is that your scooter? And he just kept on riding. It was an electric scooter, so it was one that he just kept on riding. Well, I stopped the car to take his picture. Well, with that, Owen jumps out of that car and chases that boy down, and he flings that scooter. And Cooper goes, my scooter's over there. I said, you go get your scooter. So he goes, gets the scooter. Owen calls me. He's like, Debbie, I've got him cornered, but he's pulled a knife on me. I said, I'm right here. I'm around the corner. So Owen got in the car. Cooper, he had to call his mom because he wasn't supposed to be in Douglas Hills. And so his mom met him over at Crosby, got him in the car. I said, well, you got to go talk to the police now, because the police, he goes, Miss Debbie, am I in trouble? I said, no, Cooper, you're not in trouble. He just needs to know whose bike this is, scooter. So he went and talked to him. We talked to him. We told him everything about it. The police officers kept telling Owen, what a brave kid you are. You're a brave kid to help out this little boy. You didn't know what was going on. That we don't know if they ever caught these 3 boys. I know the neighborhood in Plainview, they had it all over their Facebook page looking for him. But Owen went above and beyond than a lifeguard. We got a really nice card from Cooper 2 days later that said, thank you for helping me and helping me get my scooter back. And with a nice little gift card in there. But we told Mayor Pike, and she said, well, Owen needs a certificate. So that's what he is here for tonight, and his parents are here as well too. So that's what, if you want to come down, Mayor Pike, and I think this would be a good thing.
And Debbie's not going to do that anymore.
Never, ever. Never, ever. Never. No, never, ever. I'm not equipped. I'm too old for that.
Reading of the minutes, June 18th, 2024.
Make a motion for approval of the minutes of the June 18th meeting, 2024 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. General fund warrant number 1610.
I'll make a motion to approve general fund warrant 1609 is distributed.
Second.
1610.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
1610.
1610.
1610. I'm looking at the wrong one here. I'm sorry, 1610.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank y'all.
Road fund warrant number 997.
Make a motion, we approve road fund warrant 997 distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Second reading of ordinance 1455, series 2024. And Fred, I'm going to defer this to you.
Okay, before we start, the city council has three alternatives. Number one, do nothing, in which case the recommendation of the planning commission becomes effective by operation of law. Number two, pass the ordinance as we have distributed to you. And third would be to turn down this recommendation from the planning commission. And in order to do that, you need to make specific findings of fact in opposition to the findings of fact that were made by the planning commission with respect to this particular zoning. It has 25 binding elements that go with it. With that said, I will read it, at which time you can entertain a motion either way, Mayor. The motion has been made to have a second
No,
reading.
I make a motion for second reading of ordinance 1455, series 2024 by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
An ordinance relating to the amendment of the zoning classification of a certain parcel of land located within the city of Jeffersontown, Kentucky, from R4 classification to R5 and PRD classifications with a major preliminary subdivision and a detailed district development plan and binding elements. And before you entertain a motion, Mayor, Mr. Ashburner, you all did agree to all the binding elements. Is that correct? That was a yes, in case you didn't hear it. You may entertain a motion, Mayor.
I make a motion, we approve ordinance 1455 as distributed.
I hear a second.
Hey, Fred. So there's no ability to change or edit anything that's in there?
Are you discussing it now?
I'm asking if I can.
Yes. You can make a motion to do that.
So do we need a second and then?
Do we need
discuss?
to do a first and a second for his in order for
Do a
discussion?
second.
Okay.
Did you get a second?
No.
I think
just
Tim
said it.
seconded it.
Okay.
All in favor?
No, before you do that, let's have a discussion. He wants to discuss.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just,
okay.
I had a question, and it mainly was something that I saw that was different in the staff finding than kind of what I understood. And it really was in staff plan 2040 plan element, I guess it would be number 7 and number 8, mobility goal 1 and mobility goal 2, essentially talking about higher density properties and where they're located and where they're feeding out, and if it's going to cut through lower density areas. And I think this really revolves around where I feel like I disagree with the staff finding here is the private street exiting on Farrier Way instead of exiting on Lockridge Parkway. Lockridge Parkway is more of a main artery than Farrier Way. If folks are going to come in and out of this property, they'll have to go either down Telathia or Gutenberg to Farrier on in, where if we had them on Lockridge, it's closer to what would be Waterston Trail and Stony Brook. And so my question was, if instead of having the entrance and exit, because I think it's a great property, I think it's really what's needed, and it's it's not going to be undeveloped, it's not going to be wildlife forever, but I think the property and the design that we saw looked great except for the entrance and exit, and that's where I saw a difference in the staff finding versus what was presented in this case.
My recollection is that was related to the elevation change, but rather than trust my recollection, Mr. Ashburner, you want to address that issue?
So, thank you. If it's appropriate, I'll answer the question. I believe Lockridge and Farrier are both considered local streets. So their street classification is the same. With regard to the access point on Lockridge, I think we mentioned this when we were before the city council last time. That's been evaluated by the engineering firm that Mr. Wims had hired. It was evaluated by J-Town's Public Works Department. It was evaluated by Metro Public Works. The elevation change does make that physically very, very difficult, if not impossible. In order to run the road down, you would have a road that was at 10% grade, which is the very steepest road you want to build. And then you would still have to contour the land in order to have a landing spot at Lockridge. So all of those agencies and the civil engineers that Mr. Wims had hired really looked at that. We were asked to look at it a couple of times because the folks on Farrier raised that concern, and kept coming back to that the entrance as designed is in the right location. Can I just one other thing? You mentioned the comprehensive plans suggestion that you not have access through areas of lower intensity or lower density. Just a reminder, the proposal is 4.3 dwelling units per acre, which is below the density that is allowed under the existing zoning. We are creating smaller lots, which is the need for the zone change to PRD, but we're still below the density that would be allowed under the existing zoning now.
Did that answer your question, Mr. Plum?
I think it answered it. Maybe I just disagree. You know, when I look at mobility goal 2, and it talks about where it would create significant nuisances, I could just see those extra cars coming in and out of that entrance as creating a nuisance, because if it was over on Lockridge, that is common ground for Watterson Woods subdivision. There's no houses, so it wouldn't create a nuisance having an entrance and exit on the other side. And so that's the part where I feel like I strongly disagree with the findings from the staff plan. And I wish that, I know I believe it's like a 7% grade from where it would be to where it would exit difference. And so I know that takes a little bit more to fix or to put an entrance and exit in. And I just was hoping maybe we could have some sort of a solution like that, and make everybody happy.
Kind of as oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to kind of restate what I mentioned last time. Nobody likes to see a nice piece of parcel be developed, although we do think that this is a good development.
It's a good development.
I brought up coming out on Gutenberg instead of that way so that we could add a stop sign to slow some of the traffic down. The defense of the grade is, look at Mansfield Estates.
Yeah.
Look at that exit. It's one entrance coming down, and that hill is like this with not much level.
More than 7%.
San Marcos is the same way. So I don't know if it would be nice to have that, the entrance going out the other way, but I know it's kind of late to discuss, and we were hoping that you all may be willing to discuss some of that, but we also know that a privately owned households, townhouses, patio homes, whatever they're going to be called, is much better than an apartment complex. So, so we like the development, or I like the development just as a neighbor. Just kind of wish the entrance was another way. So
I think any of us up here, we don't take zoning changes lightly, because once it's changed, it's done. Can't go back. But I do feel very comfortable with the developer, Brian. He lives in J-Town.
Yep.
And he's developed other stuff in our town. He holds true to what he says he's going to do. These sound like very nice single story townhomes or patio homes, whatever you want to call them. But, the entrance exit, yeah, it's easy for us to say, I guess, put it on Lockridge. It's a nice wide street, but I guess when you hear that they have engineers and all these different people that have walked the land, looked at the land and tried to configure it and could not, I think that it is what it is. But I think it's going to be nice, and it's going to be.
That I don't have a vote in this, but I will say this. I know I don't have a vote in this, but I will say this. From a realtor standpoint, it can do nothing but improve your home values in Watterson Woods. And I'm telling you, it will be an asset to you all.
Yeah,
I think it will draw an older clientele and it'll be nice.
yeah, and I'm not saying that it's going to be a bad development, and I'm not anti-development. I like it. I think it looks really good. I think it's going to be a good fit in the neighborhood. I think the only contention that I have and the only disagreement that I have with the staff finding is the entrance and exit. If it was on the other side, man, sign, seal, deliver, this is great. I think that's the one thing that makes it difficult is, you know, if we could flip it or if there'd be any ability to change it. And I don't even know how that works, if we're too late in the game or what.
It's pretty late in the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know how everything goes through Metro and it comes out here. I mean, we really don't have an opportunity to make changes then, I guess. Fred, is that?
They can be made, but as I said, we're now at the second reading of the ordinance, so it is a little late in the
Yeah.
game.
So,
That being said, if there are no other questions from the council, Mayor, you have a motion and a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
me,
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilman Hall,
Yes.
Councilwoman Smith,
Yes.
Councilman Carmen,
Yes.
Councilman Grisanti.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hickey,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ware,
Yes.
Councilman Bloom,
I'm the only no, but I think the development's great. So I do want to say that I think it's great for the neighborhood. It's just the entrance is the only thing that I'm not a fan of. And that's what my vote's based off of.
you got that. Councilwoman Head,
Yes.
by a vote of 7-1, passes.
Carol, turn your mic.
At this time, I would like to bring up our new fire chief. And Sean, our ex-fire chief, is going to introduce him so everybody gets to know our new fire chief. So come on up.
I have the honor to actually introduce you to Mark Ullman. Mark will be taking over as the fire chief of Jeffersontown Fire Protection District. Effective actually was yesterday when he got sworn in. He and I will work alongside to side for the next month as fire chiefs. So if you have anything still, just, you know, call the office and one of us will definitely handle anything that you need assistance with. But Mark, starting August 1st, he'll be lone fire chief all by himself. So I'll be retiring and I look forward to my retirement. But you're in good hands with Mark. Mark's not new to this neighborhood. He's not new to this community. He's been living here for over 20 years. He built a house in Chenwood Hills Estates. He currently lives on Eastham Road, right down the street from Fred and I. And so he is definitely part of Jeffersontown, has been part of Jeffersontown for quite a while. So I'll let you.
Thank you, Mark, and welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. And again, anything that you need from us, always neighborhood association meetings, anything that needs to be brought to our attention, feel free to stop by or call and we will address it. So I'm glad to be and honored to be here. And I'd like to say, proud of him for what he's established up to this point. And if we give him a big hand, I don't know if next year or next month, that we're going to be, if he's going to be here, he might be in the beach somewhere.
That's right.
I'd like to give him a big hand. He's done a lot of work. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome, Chief Ullman. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you all.
Next is committee reports. Allison,
Legislative has nothing.
Tim Hall,
Economic Development has nothing to report.
Trina Smith,
Administration has nothing to report.
Kevin,
Planning and zoning has no report.
Vince,
No report for Public Works.
Pam,
No report.
Pam Ware.
No report. Safety.
Next, I would like to ask my directors. Oh, I always forget you.
I know.
I'm sorry.
That's why I gotta sit
Mark
next to
Bloom.
you.
That's why, yeah, you remind me.
Yeah.
It's called CRS.
Oh, no report.
Allison was
No report, Mayor.
Is that it? We start with Allison. Okay. Next, my directors. Jimmy Franconi, got anything to say?
I got a little positive thing real quick.
Oh, I know. Wait a minute. Hold on. No, never mind. I'll let you go first.
You want me to scan the chip?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you caught anybody yet? Have you found a dog yet?
I found a chip on myself.
Okay.
Just some good news. You know, we talked about, I got the CDL thing started down there, and some of my people was struggling getting through the test. We finally got everybody on the regular CDL part of it. 2 of them has their passenger P, and 2's got to go back to finish up the air brakes on that. So that's a huge bonus because they've been down 3 or 4 times on this test. So once they get through that, we get them down for the driver's test, and we will officially have 8 more CDL people. So that's great news.
The CDL are the people that are driving our trolleys on the trolley hop, which, by the way, has been a very big success.
And also big trucks, you know, because we got some older people to be retiring, and we need some of these people to pick up CDLs. And by doing it in-house, we have saved the city about $80,000.
Right.
So it's a bonus.
Fantastic. Good
great.
job, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Debbie? Nothing. Brian, you have anything? Steve Rusi, anything? Scott Thompson? Nothing. Chief? And Matt, are you here? I guess they have nothing. I don't think either. Okay. Okay. With that being said, there's a couple things that's been going on in Jeffersontown, if you've not noticed. First of all, yesterday we had a big event here, and it's been great success. I've had lots of calls on it. As everyone knows about me and my daughter, we are very big animal lovers, and we rescue and we protect and we take care. So each one of our departments got a scanner yesterday, and now they got to go to scanning school 101, and I'm waiting for Tar Bassett to send me that. And we have given these scanners out, and everybody will scan a dog if they find them, and we're going to have it posted on our website that this is the different places that you can go to take your dog to have it scanned, or take a dog that you found. Also, if there is a dead dog that we find, it will be scanned, and we will notify you and your family that your dog has been deceased. And I think that's only a common thing that you should do for people if you've lost your pet. So that's that. Second thing, I'm going to start another little event, and I haven't told the chief about this yet, but I'm going to tell you now. We're going to start something. I think I'm going to hook up with St. Matthews Police, and it's called Lock Up and Light Up. And every night at 10 o'clock, and I don't know how we do this yet. It takes somebody smarter than me to put that on the computer. But every night at 10 o'clock, everybody will be getting a text from the city. However I do this, I don't know. But it's going to remind you to lock up and light up, people, because the crime is heading this way. We're having it. We're not used to it out here. And Tonini, Mayor Tonini has got this going in St. Matthews, and I want to join with him. And I think there's going to be a couple other mayors that are joining in. So, you know, if you light up your houses, it don't cost you that much money to turn your porch light on, you know, and lock up your cars. So that's just something that we're going to try to get going here. The trolley hop was a great success. Our night market was a great success. Was there anything else that I can remember?
I don't think so.
No. Did I forget something? You're looking at me like I forgot something.
No, you haven't forgotten anything.
Huh?
No.
Okay. Congratulations, Waterston Woods. You got a nice establishment. Kevin,
Mayor, if we don't have any other business, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Thanks, Brian.